Hello and welcome. Today we meet the Spectans canis, or Eing hound. The Eing hound is a Polyorganidae magion, closely related to non-magical Canidae, with many of the familiar Canidae characteristics. They are usually between 100 to 120 centimeters in length, weighing around 40 kilograms, and covered with long, shaggy gray fur. The most obvious characteristic of Eing hounds is the 4 eye stalks that grow from their skull. The eye stalks are flexible, boneless organs, built of muscles and tendons, capable of 360 degrees movement and retreating into the eye sockets in the skull. There are 4 eye stalks arranged around the Spectans canis skull, 2 in the front and 2 in the back. Because of the additional eye sockets, the ear canals of the Eing hound are shorter than that of most Canidae, resulting in lesser hearing. But it is well compensated by the improved eyesight, both in range and adaptability. The eye stalks allow Eing hounds to look at all directions at once, and what's more, because the eyes blink consecutively, unless the hound is sleeping, there is never a moment when all of them are closed. In addition, Eing hounds are able to see in all lighting conditions. Their night vision is nearly as good as their day vision, and in complete darkness they are capable of switching to heat vision. In poor lighting conditions, their eyes emanate a low greenish glow, and when switching to heat vision, a reddish glow is visible. The glow suggests a magical origin of these abilities. Another, less obvious feature of the Eing hound is that the black molars of their upper jaw contain poison. The poison molars have a cavity inside that is constantly filled with liquid from the poison glands, located just above the jaw. This specialized teeth has a protruding sharp tip that can puncture the skin of the victim and inject the poison into the bloodstream. As the poison is injected, the reduction of pressure in the molar cavity causes the glands to dispense more poison and fill it up again. The Eing hound poison numbs the victim by slowing the blood flow, which reduces heart rate and causes sleepiness. In small doses, it can be used as a sleeping draught, but in larger quantities it can cause irreversible damage to bodily systems and death. It is used in magical and medicinal potions, where it is known as vrach extract, venenum vracis, or simply VV, named after Lida Vrach, who was the first to find a way to extract the poison safely. The name Vrach is strongly associated with Eing hounds, as the first mention of this magion is in an 8th century grimoire of the Vrach family. The Vrach is a renowned line of magical practitioners, reaching as far back as the 1st century BC at least. Their 8th century grimoire includes journal-like entries that suggest that they were breeding Eing hounds, and that these lovable magions became favored house pets of magic folk. Sadly, the Eing hounds suffered the same treatment as magic folk, and were hunted down by witch persecutors and so-called monster hunters. Records show that by the 15th century, the Eing hounds became extinct in our world. Luckily, a few specimens were adopted by Fae, and thus taken away during the departure, saving this species from disappearing completely. In the mid-20th century, a few specimens were reintroduced into our world. They were all placed into loving Magion homes and registered for monitoring under the Magion Protection Creed. The story of the Eing hound is a cautionary one, a sad reminder of the mistreatment Magions can suffer, and the reason they stay in hiding. We are lucky to have these loving, loyal creatures back in our world, and can only hope that their cheerful spirit will last long into the future.